Morning Blitz begins now.
You know, the weekend just goes by really quickly.
Oof.
Even if you don't really do anything of merit, it still goes by really quickly.
Yeah. You always feel like you're driving to work.
Yeah.
No matter. Yeah. I'm with you. Went fast.
You.
How was your weekend? Anything good?
It was a weekend. It was
Yeah.
adequate. What about you guys? Did you do anything? Anybody do anything fun? Anybody do anything exciting?
Let's see. Here's what I'm doing. If I'm to be quite honest, I'm not watching a single Olympics competition, but I am obsessed with Olympics TikTok.
Okay.
So a lot of the Olympians have TikToks, and one in particular is the USA rugby player Alona Mar. She has got the greatest TikTok. First of all, she is an absolute wall of muscle, this woman, and she's really super funny. So I've been watching a ton of her TikToks. I'm loving Olympics TikTok. I have not, like I said, haven't watched a single competition.
Wow.
Have you guys seen any?
I have not
Olympics?
watched. I have not watched a single minute of the Olympics.
Yeah.
Saw a ton.
So you're into it. What have you watched?
I watched all the swimming. I watched the gymnastics qualifiers. I watched some boxing.
Nice.
The heavyweights. I watched the USA basketball team yesterday. The opening ceremony.
Did you see the guy hanging testicle? Because I want to tell you something. There is no way that guy didn't know his balls were hanging out.
It's not.
Yes, it is.
No.
Absolutely,
They said
100%.
it absolutely is a hole in his whatever his pant was, and it's
That
his
in his
skin.
balls are hanging out.
No, it's a hole in his thigh.
That
And
ball-shaped?
Yes, yes, hole is round like a ball.
But hanging out is testicle shaped.
No, I'm telling you, there's a hole in his pants, right up against his thigh.
I hear where his balls are hanging out.
No, it's his skin, but it's round right there in the same spot, so it looks like, okay, well, I'm only telling you what the report
hilarious.
says.
Of all the things I thought I would walk into on Monday morning, Thick and Kelly arguing about whether it's a guy's thigh or balls
I'm just
hanging out
telling you
was
what it
not
said.
on the list.
Maybe it is, and they're trying to cover it up. It's
That's
a big,
what's happening,
It's a big
my man.
conspiracy. I don't know, but they said it was just a hole in his pants.
Is it
So
wrong?
anyway,
Is it wrong that now I want to watch the Olympics so I can see if it is?
I'm sorry. I know you.
I'm going to show you the picture because
no,
you will see that this is like cover up of magnanimous proportions
All right.
because
Maybe it
this
is.
guy's testicles were hanging out of his shorts.
I'm just telling you what they said.
I don't
That's
know
all.
if everybody watched the Olympics or saw this dude's junk.
Well, anyway, I have to say something about the opening ceremony.
Did you watch Celine Dion?
Yeah, she was on. But what I did watch was Les Mis turn into Les Metal.
Okay.
And this was absolutely phenomenal. What a presentation. So I don't know the girl's name who's singing Les Mis, but she's on this. It's not an actual ship. It was like a model of a ship that was cruising in front of whatever that big, I don't know if it's the Parliament building in France or whatever. It's everybody's office has its own balcony and everything. You know, it's one of those big government buildings anyway. So as she's sailing on this ship, she's singing Les Mis when Gojira, members of Gojira appear on different balconies and start playing metal. And it was absolutely awesome. They had pyro going. They had cool. It was just really an awesome thing to watch. And I was thinking, Roger Goodell in the NFL and your Super Bowl halftime show, you need to take note of this.
Where's what I'm taking note of? Gojira wasn't hanging testicle the whole time. Their balls were tucked into their shorts.
Do we know for sure?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't know,
Need
but
video footage of that.
I mean, here's just a tease. Okay, and so then they kick in, and we're going to get into it more when Tess comes in to do the Blitz Rock rundown. But it was just awesome, man. I don't know how else to describe it. It was really awesome.
All right. Well, I did not watch a single thing in the Olympics, but I learned two things. We're only like 33 days away from Labor Day, which is the next 3-day weekend, if anybody's keeping score. And also, Deadpool and Wolverine did some massive box office numbers this weekend, $205 million. And for those who say movie theaters are dead, If you go back to the Fall Guy, when I think that premiered early in the spring, it maxed out at $92 million for its entire run. Since then, you've had If, that's done over $100 and some odd million. A Quiet Place did 134, Twisters 154, Planet of the Apes 170, Bad Boys 190, and now Deadpool 205. To put that in perspective, Inside Out 2 has done the most this year, $613 million. Despicable Me, that came out a couple weeks ago, $290. So Deadpool did that much business in one weekend, meaning if you make it worthy, they will go see it in the theater. People just don't want to pay for crap.
They only do that about 2 or 3 times a year now, it seems.
It seems like that's for sure. But it was a massive box office weekend, so a lot of people went and saw that. Probably movie theaters excited because it's the first time they've had that many people in their building in a while.
Did you go?
I saw it ahead of time.
Oh, that's right. You get those fancy ahead of time tickets.
So I loved it. It was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with it. There's a lot of stuff that came out. It was also Comic-Con weekend, so geeks like me were watching a lot of YouTube.
I haven't heard a complaint, about the movie.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. So
will you come over here and look at a picture of this guy's nuts, please?
Yeah, go look at a nut, Lewis.
Let me add something else I never thought I would say here this morning. Would you go look at this guy's nuts?
Please. I mean, what's your assessment?
I see both sides. It could be...
You're right. It could be a rip in this guy's like a fishnet tights or something.
It could be thigh, but he could look like he got one of his boys caught up in there and it's protruding out. So it just depends on the perspective. It's all the perspective.
Now you know what my perspective is.
I do. We have a Morning Blitz trivia question. Thick, what do you got?
We do. You mentioned Comic-Con. Something was revealed there, and it's who will play Doctor Doom in the new Avengers Doomsday movie.
Yeah.
Tell us who will play Doctor Doom. Be the first one to tell us at 99-700, and you will get $25 to waterbeds and stuff.
Wes Scanlon and the guys that used to be Puddle of Mud before he fired them all and started over. Control. It's the Morning Blitz, 622. Dick Kelly. I'm Lewis.
Is he the Dave Mustaine of Puddle of Mud? Dave Mustaine loves to fire a band member.
He kind of is. Wes has had some issues, that's for sure. Chronically had some issues. Yeah. That's for sure. But, hey, your band, you don't like your band, you fire them all.
I guess so.
I guess he has the controlling rights in Puddle of Mud. Which is not just a catchy band name, it's also the story of the band. Anyway, Morning Blitz trivia.
Yes, at Comic-Con they announced who will play Doctor Doom in the new Avengers Doomsday movie, and it was Robert Downey Jr. And everybody went, well, he's Iron Man.
He came out in green, and there is a I had to look this up, and thank you to Jared Murphy for confirming this. I had to look this up. There is a comic storyline where Tony Stark does become Doctor Doom.
Oh, I thought Doom became Iron Man.
Something along those lines. So
there is a connection.
There's a connection there. They're also bringing back the Russos to direct. They're switching gears, which they should, because they messed up with the multiverse thing, and then it didn't help that Jonathan Majors, became criminal menacing Jonathan Majors, and they had it all centered around him. That didn't go so well, so they're shifting gears, bringing the Russos back, and bringing back RDJ, which should be fun.
Well, man, this crowd went insane. Here's the audio of how it went down.
Ladies and gentlemen, as proof of the unimaginable possibilities in the Marvel multi-universe, we give you the one person who could play Victor Von Doom.
New mask. Same task. What can I tell you? I like playing complicated characters.
I also like when that Brinks truck shows up in my driveway with $96 million in the back of it.
Oh, my gosh.
That works. It'll be interesting to see what they do. I think they're kind of obviously changing course a little bit there.
So I assume you knew Avengers Doomsday was coming.
I did. Well, it was originally supposed to be Kang Dynasty and then Secret Wars. And they set up the one thing that Deadpool and Wolverine does, and I'll do this without spoiling anything, is it does kind of set the table for Secret Wars a little bit, because the Secret Wars comic book, you basically took all these heroes from all over the place, put them on a planet, and you took all the villains from all over the place, put them on the same planet, and there was this big fight. So they're kind of setting the stage for that a little bit.
All right. Yeah, because Avengers Secret Wars will follow Doomsday.
Yeah. And Doctor Doom is, if he's done right, is the one villain in that universe that has interacted with everybody that they're trying to bring to the table. So
He was the longtime enemy of the Fantastic Four.
correct, but he's fought Spider-Man, he's fought the Avengers, he's fought the X-Men, so he's fought everybody. And there are with Hugh Jackman back, they're kind of shifting into the X-Men type thing. So it'll be fun. I like Robert Downey Jr. I think he's
who doesn't?
phenomenal. So
Absolutely.
and Marvel likes him too because they pay him a boatload of money. Speaking of that, we got something that's on the way. We also, at some point in time, have to talk about Christmas in July that went down on Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Because,
I can't wait to hear about it.
Yeah. So we had a lot of stuff there. You missed a really good Friday. I know you had to. But
yeah, it's such a great event, and I was so pleased to see the pictures and all the participation. It just looks like it was a wonderful day.
Yeah. Vic, your thoughts?
We got gifts, and I wasn't looking for gifts. We were trying to get gifts for the kids, which we did. We got a boatload, but we had people bringing us some pretty cool gifts. I know, Kelly, you walked into a stack on your desk.
I did.
I put all
was
your
so
stuff
surprised.
in your office. Kurt Fleshman, I mean, the dude he's just... Kurt's a great dude, and he just brought us all... He brought me a bunch of fish and stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't see... I don't know what he brought you, Kelly. You haven't even opened it yet.
No, I haven't had time. I'll bring it in. And
I do know he brought you
take a peek.
big old thing of Oreos was included.
Okay, who gave me the circus peanuts?
Those Doug Rogers.
Doug.
Oh, and he got me a shirt, Kelly. He had it made.
Uh-huh.
It says "Man" with the Skechers logo above.
Yeah. It was so cool.
Sketcher Man. He also got me a
Skechers
zigzag
Man.
tray with zigzag rolling papers.
For his Mexican haze.
Oh, you'll be needing that.
We had Kelly, I'm not going to lie. There were probably more donuts within a 4-foot radius than I've ever seen from all over the place. I mean, I don't know that there was any donut place that was not properly represented on Friday. But it was like within 4 feet, probably 150 donuts.
We had Tim Hortons. We had Jolly Pirate. We had Dutchman donuts.
All right, how many did you eat?
I only
Be
had
honest.
One. I only had one.
You just had one?
One.
How about
Straight
you,
up
Thick?
one.
I had one here. And then...
How many total did you eat?
2.
I had
But one was the most enormous chocolate-covered cream-filled Long John I've ever seen in my life.
I had 2. One still at home. I ate one yesterday that I took home because Kurt brought me a donut. I ate that yesterday. I have another one that's in my fridge that Roger brought me. And then I had one on Friday that I literally got when they first got there. And I don't even think I ate it till we got off the air on Friday.
Oh, no, it sat right there on the table the whole show.
The whole show. Yeah.
I was like, so you
Okay,
better
but
eat
really, you said one, but really we're working on number 3 that's in your fridge.
You asked me
That's
how many
what
I had on Friday.
Okay, I'm sorry. I
That
should
was
have
the
been more
question.
specific. How many did you have total?
3, I'm down 2. I have 1 left.
Well, that's not bad,
Over the course of 4 days.
because I can down a lot of donuts in one sitting.
So, yeah.
And somebody really missed seeing you, told me to tell you hello.
Who's
who
that?
stopped by to drop off toys was my mom.
Oh, Linda.
Yeah.
I missed
We got
Linda.
a picture. Me and Lewis.
Oh,
Yeah, it was cute.
Shoot.
I think she posted it.
It was cute. We had fun. It was a good time. But yeah, Kurt brought a bunch of stuff. Doug brought me a RX-8 car because it's the Roadster that I want that goes really fast and gets awful gas mileage.
A little model,
That's
obviously.
really cool. How about
The-
that filling up that truck for the kids? Was that incrable?
That was a good time.
I mean, just seeing that gives
the
you
best.
chills, doesn't it? That how generous people are.
It was good to see people coming through. We spent some time with Avery, who was the nationwide champion. She was awesome.
That was my favorite moment of the whole morning.
Yeah, she was great to talk to.
She's, 10? She was 10,
10,
right?
right, yeah.
And she's a Swiftie. And I said, okay.
Nobody's perfect.
I said, okay, you're a Swiftie, so who's your favorite NFL football team? She goes, Travis Kelce. Not even the Chiefs, the Travis Kelce's, Kelly.
Yeah.
That was my
right.
favorite moment of the
Yeah,
entire
it was
morning.
Cute. She was cute. We had a good time. A lot of good people that were out there stopping by. And, weather couldn't have asked for a better day weather-wise.
Dude, Combat Vets Motorcycle Club brought a ton.
That's cool. I asked them, Kelly, because they went to, what they do? They said they went to like a Walmart.
They were at Walmart at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, they went into Walmart. And
Thursday.
and the managers helped them out and everything. I'm like, what did the managers think? My exact question was something along the lines of, what did the managers think when Sons of Anarchy came walking into Walmart with a bunch of toys?
They spent, of all their collection, $15,000 worth of toys.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw Ronnie posted a video of them pulling out in their motorcycles. Oh my gosh, that's really cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a good day. It was looking forward to doing it again sometime. But thank you, Blitz Nation, for everything.
It's the Morning Blitz.
And now it's time for I've Got Something.
Let's see if these dummies have anything worthwhile for us.
Before we jump into this, did you announce the Morning Blitz trivia winner?
No, it was Dylan Ricketts from Pickerington. He was the first one to text in Robert Downey Jr.
All right. That being said, what do you got?
I have got a mom who was very upset with the kids' meal she bought at Burger King. It's a mother in New York. Her name is Tiffany Floyd. She ordered this kids' meal. It's a burger and fries. 4-year-old daughter. They get home, and here she is talking about what she found.
I went to Burger King by my house, and I decided to get a Happy Meal for my daughter. And I heard, "Mom, I don't want ketchup." I look in her bag, and there is blood all over her bag, her toy, her fries, everything.
Oh,
Gross.
yes.
But a bag of biohazard.
Right.
Well, first of all, you didn't get her a Happy Meal at Burger King. That's McDonald's. Let's get the lingo right.
She freaked out. She called the restaurant, and the manager told her that a worker did cut his hand that day and didn't realize it was that bad. They said she could come back for a refund. She wasn't satisfied with that. She contacted the corporate office and the local health department, and she's having her daughter tested for bloodborne illnesses since she did eat some of the food. For what it's worth, Burger King did end up closing the location for deep cleaning and to retrain all team members. They are expected to reopen today. That is-
Gross.
right?
Ugh.
Yeah.
All right, I've got something. Much like a bat boy in baseball or a ball girl or ball boy in tennis, in Olympic swimming, we have Bob the Cap Catcher. And he has become a bit of a celebrity as of yesterday morning. During the women's 100-meter breaststroke, American swimmer Emma Weber lost her swimming cap at the bottom of the pool. So you'd think, well, she'll just swim down and get it. It's only like 5 feet, right? But that is not procedure. Instead, in walks Bob the Cap Catcher. This kind of doughy dude wearing a flowery Speedo. He dove down to the bottom of the pool. He got the cap, got out of the pool, waved the swim cap to a cheering crowd. And we really don't know much about the guy, including his name. The people in the NBC broadcast booth named him Bob the Cap Catcher.
Right.
So he's someone to look out for during these swimming events at the Paris Olympics. This guy's he's a minor celebrity now.
Wow. Look at him go.
Yes.
Oh, there it is.
Well, we've got the diver ready to go in and get
I
it.
mean, look at that right there. Is there anything better on the pool deck other than that Speedo right there?
Emma Weber may have lost a cap, but she's wearing more than one. See, does that guy get a name? The Cap Catcher?
That's what we need to call him, Bob the Cap Catcher. I like that.
What if his name really is Bob?
That'd be cool.
Oh. All right, I got something. So, Amazon trucks, for those who don't know, they have limiters in them. They can only go a certain speed limit, right? And they get monitored when they drive for aggressive driving too fast or whatever. Well, an Amazon driver got popped and fired for driving 35 miles an hour.
Oh, too slowly.
On the sidewalk.
Oh, well.
Okay.
Now it goes fast.
A Georgia Amazon worker lost his job because he was speeding down a sidewalk at 35, and someone posted this on TikTok. And there's videos of his truck literally on the sidewalk. And I don't understand why he chose to drive on the sidewalk, because the road that he's on is not busy. It doesn't look like it's a high traffic zone. Like this guy was like, there's too many cars here. I got deliveries to make. I'm going to jump on the sidewalk and get around. No, looks like, ghost town. Like nothing else going on. So he just decided, I'll take this bad boy up on the sidewalk and
Looks
see
like
what happens.
fun.
Yeah. So he's got his delivery truck on the sidewalk. Amazon said this is reckless, unacceptable behavior. We investigated the incident, and this driver's no longer delivering packages on behalf of Amazon.
That sounds like a good choice.
Yeah, well, anything they can do to get 400 packages a day out of that sweatshop and onto the road.
Yeah, no doubt. The guy's probably at a time he's like, gotta get these packages delivered.
Right?
You're slowly becoming a gearhead. I have a quick question.
Okay.
You
sure you want to ask me?
Yeah. Well, you might know. Maybe you don't know. I was just curious. It was always called a governor. the speed limiter.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Well, I've heard you say limiter. I've heard other people say limiter, and I just wondered if they changed the name.
I don't know.
Like, a school bus. I always heard it called a governor. Mopeds had them. So they, it's the same thing. It's a limiter, but it was always called a governor. And it seems like in the past 10 years, I've heard people call it a limiter. And I just wondered if those both have existed or if they just changed the name somewhere down the line. I know somebody in Blitz Nation can answer that question.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. I just have always heard it called a limiter. And I didn't realize that it was even called a governor. It's probably the same thing, and I could very well be getting it wrong.
They are the exact same thing because the limiter is limiting the speed.
Right.
Governor is doing the same thing, but it's they look
speed.
at it as governing the speed. So I just wondered. I didn't know if they both existed.
I don't know. A friend of mine drove for Amazon, and they have to log into an app when they start driving, and it tells you if you accelerate too fast, if you brake too hard, if you drive any kind of rough, whatever, like it monitors their driving all day. In today's video world, though, why would you drive a truck on the sidewalk thinking no one would have their phone or camera or whatever that wasn't going to post that?
Right.
Like, it's not exactly a discreet way to, camouflage what you're doing.
Noticeable, yeah.
We got a couple texts. Sean asked if Kelly, if anybody showed you Santa Claus from Friday.
No.
It was Sean. He was Santa from the waist up. Amazing. Coat was awesome. The hat, the look, the beard, everything was perfect. And then black shorts.
No pants.
And tennis shoes.
Well, that's Christmas in July for you.
Christmas in July. That's right.
We got a text. A governor is the mechanical device that limits the speed of the engine speed limit of an electronic device that limits the speed of the vehicle. Okay, so one limits
now I'm more confused.
One limits
Me too.
I know what he's trying to say. One limits the actual engine, so the engine is not physically going to go that fast. The other limits the electronic side that won't allow you to. I think that's what he's trying to say, or what I'm trying to say. It's all just one big ball of confusion at this point.
Speaking of that, Doug Rogers is jumping in with Kelly. The Olympic opening ceremony had a ball boy.
Oh, ain't that the truth?
He said mechanical versus electrical. Governors were on carburetors.
Okay, now I get it. I get it. That makes sense.
And they are essentially the same. They're doing the same job, essentially, just a different way to do it. Saliva on the Morning Blitz, 6:52. Good morning. It's Thick, Kelly, and Lewis. If you ever want to follow our boring lives on socials, you can do that at theblitz.com. All the links to connect with us are right there. I'm more confused over the governor limiter now than I was 5 minutes ago, just based on the text wall.
Well,
it is the same, it's not the same, it is the same, it's not the same. But it does the same thing. We can all agree on that, right?
Limits how fast you can go.
Right.
Yeah. One's mechanical, one's electrical. The limiter's electrical, evidently.
So, are you guys... I know you're on YouTube TV. Kelly, you're not a traditional cable person, are you?
No, YouTube TV.
Okay. So everybody in this room has at one point in time cut the cord. But the one thing that everybody's complained about over the last couple of years is what you used to save in streaming, it's now catching back up to where you were paying for cable because everything is so expensive, correct? Like right. Netflix is constantly raising their prices. When Disney started, that Disney bundle that they started with, which was Disney Plus, Hulu, ESPN Plus, and National Geographic, was a pretty good deal because of all the content you got. Although I can tell you once, I have never opened my National Geographic streaming service ever in the 2 or 3 years that I've had it or whatever it is. And ESPN Plus, if anything, has been a gigantic letdown. But so is all of ESPN, so that makes complete sense. Well, Disney Hulu is now combining with Max, which used to just be Warner Brothers and that side of things, but a little financial trouble because Warner Brothers has gone through. They've been owned by AT&T. They've been owned by 3 different controllers over the last couple of years. Now they're introducing the Disney Hulu Max streaming bundle. $6.99 a month with ads.
$16.99.
Or $16.99 a month with ads, sorry. $29.99 without. But that's not a bad deal, because I think Disney Plus right now, I think I pay 20-something for my Disney Plus with everything right now. And Max, I think, is another like $15 a month or whatever. So you're saving a little bit there, but you're getting an absolute ton of content if you're inclined to do so.
Yeah, I guess it works for certain people. For me, I get Hulu free with my Spotify, so that I don't need. Disney, I beg you to tell me, outside of Star Wars or whatever, I watched it for The Mandalorian. I can't find a single thing to watch on the Disney app. What's on there that you're watching?
Now, it's interesting that you bring that up. Disney has brought, since they bought Fox, they're bringing a lot of the FX stuff on the Disney. So like American Horror Story and all that stuff is now on Disney Plus. Disney Plus is also getting like some like, I don't know, I say adult movies, and I don't mean porn. I mean like stuff you wouldn't expect to see on Disney. You wouldn't expect an R-rated movie on Disney, right? If you turn on Disney Plus, seeing an R-rated movie, you're like, oh my God.
Does Disney have all the Avengers stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, so they will have
They
Deadpool
do have all the Marvel,
and
they have all the Deadpool stuff. They do have all the Marvel stuff, they have all the Star Wars stuff, you have obviously your Disney stuff, but they've integrated content from other places. And I think because they've all realized that on our own we're not going to survive, but if we all join together, we kind of will. So, but it's interesting to see how they've kind of switched from what they were. Because when it started, it was just the Disney-owned content and nothing else. Now, it's a little bit of everything.
Yeah. I don't know. I can never find anything to watch on Disney, so I cancel my subscription to Disney. So, not interested in Disney. Hulu I get with Spotify. Max I am interested in, and it's $16.99 a month with ads. So it's basically the same price for me to get the only thing I want in that bundle, which is Max.
Okay, so you're not saving anything.
No, but
if you did $16.99 with ads, you could get all that for the same price. So it would be beneficial to you, because then if you did want to watch something like American Horror Story or Sons of Anarchy or something that was on FX, you'd have the means to do it.
I mean, right. What I'm saying is this bundle does not appeal to me in the least. It's not saving me anything. However, I can see that a certain segment of society, people who were into Disney, I love Hulu. I watch Hulu. The ad breaks are insane.
Yep.
They're insane. So it's more aggravating for me to choose something on Hulu. I'd rather just go to Netflix and watch something with no ads.
Yeah, I'd rather spend $16.99 on just Max and get no ads.
Okay. What do you stream? What services do you have? I know you use MyCock.
I have Max and Netflix, Paramount, Disney. I use my daughter's, and I let Apple go. I haven't gotten.
There's nothing on Apple that
I'll get it back when the morning show comes on.
I was going to say, outside of the morning show, there's nothing.
There's nothing on anything. That's the point. It's like when you watch the one or two shows that you have to get a subscription to Max or Hulu or Paramount or whatever for. You're done watching it. There is nothing left. It's all junk.
Yeah.
So that's why if you go my route and just pay by month, like month to month, don't get a year, get 1 month, binge watch everything, and then bounce it. Then you're really saving money.
Right. Netflix has been doing better lately. I'm watching Cobra Kai right now.
Yeah.
You know, so that new Cobra Kai started.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we're all looking for ways to save money in some capacity. So, you know, and it's this damn shame they cut down on all that password sharing because you can't even scam anymore.
And now, the 3 things you need to know before you go.
Well, there were 2 shootings in the Hilltop area last night. A 6-year-old girl was wounded while riding in a car with her parents at about 10:30 last night near the Wedgwood Apartments, which you know has seen a lot of trouble over the years. She is in stable condition at Nationwide Children's. The investigation there continues. Just before that, a man was killed and a woman injured in a shooting in the Hilltop about 10 o'clock. Police say they found a man dead in a garage on South Ogden. The suspect said to have fled the scene in a vehicle, but when officers found the suspect's car, a woman was inside that car with a gunshot wound. She's in stable condition. 1 person has been arrested. Well, watching the Paris Olympics is pretty difficult for many people in Russia. Russia's state TV channels are not broadcasting any of the events.
What?
Only 15 Russian citizens are competing in the games, but because Russia and neighboring Belarus were banned from having national teams because of the war in Ukraine, Russian and Belarusian athletes approved to compete are doing so as neutrals. So again, they finally got out of their doping scandal restrictions and were able to maybe have a team in the 2024 Paris Olympics, but instead they decided to invade Ukraine, which the IOC's executive board says was a blatant violation of the Olympic truce and the Olympic Charter. So any Russian athletes or Belarusian athletes you see are competing under the AIN flag, which is from the French translation of individual neutral athletes. But anyway, Russia's like, forget it. We really don't even have a team there. We got 15 athletes. We're not putting it on TV. So you have to get a VPN and try to find it somewhere else if you want to watch your athletes in Russia.
Fun place to live.
Yeah, sounds like a blast. Well, for the second day in a row, Olympic organizers have canceled triathlon training for the swimming leg because of the pollution levels in the Seine. There were heavy downpours in Paris on July 26th and 27th, which must have really stirred up all the E. coli in there because bacteria levels are not safe for swimmers, even though France has spent more than $1.5 billion trying to get that river cleaned up to hold some Olympic swimming events. Now, the men's individual triathlon scheduled for tomorrow, the women's individual event for Wednesday. So we'll see if they have to move that event out of the Seine and into a safer body of water. Now it's still scheduled. And those are your three things.
Monsters, Shinedown, your Morning Blitz, 7-Eleven with Vic, Kelly, and Lewis. And we've got tickets for you to see Primus. What you want to listen for is Beck, Loser. When you hear Loser sometime between now and 8 o'clock, you want to be caller number...
How about 19?
Caller number 19, 800-821-9970. And you are caller 19 when you hear Beck, Loser. You might score yourself some tickets to check out Primus. 7:21, good morning. It's the Morning Blitz. My name is Lewis. She's Kelly Quinn. That's Thick Rick. And here we are all collectively together with you on a Monday.
Yay!
Could be worse. So here's an interesting question. We were talking about the high cost of fast food. When was it? Was it last week? Week before?
Yeah,
there was something like that.
Yeah.
So Friday night, I was doing some stuff. We had Christmas in July, and then I was sitting at home, and I looked up, and I'm like, why am I so hungry? And I'm like, oh my God, because it's 8:35 at night, and I haven't done anything or eaten anything. So the rest of the household...
Side note, that never happens to me. I literally never forget to eat. That is a fascinating phenomenon to me.
Straight up did. So I went and rolled through the Chick-fil-A drive-thru on Friday night. $20 is what...
For just you?
For just me. And mind you, I got a grilled chicken sandwich, the fries, a drink, and I'm not going to lie, I got myself a peach milkshake because it just sounded good.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
a sandwich, fries, a milkshake,
and a drink.
And I also got...
a regular drink.
Right, and I also got 4 nuggets for my dogs. Like the little chicken nuggets for my dogs.
Okay.
All of that, $20.
Yeah, I guess I kind of see that.
Do you? Okay,
yeah.
To me, I was like, man, I feel like I got robbed.
Well, it's a lot. But I sort of see it once you add it on the dog's order.
Yeah, I forgot about the dog's order until right now.
You could have got all that for less than $10 at McDonald's.
I know. Thank you. That's what I'm saying. But I didn't. I went to Chick-fil-A. So, you know what? Because nothing sounded good. And I was like, chicken's fine. But if I'm going to get chicken, I'm going to get Chick-fil-A because I didn't want fried. I wanted grilled. Chick-fil-A is contemplating ditching their waffle fries. That's their signature thing, right?
Is it?
They sell waffle fries?
Yeah.
I don't go to Chick-fil-A.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, if you go to Chick-fil-A, you know this.
I'm a caniac.
You get the waffle fries.
I'm a caniac, too, but Chick-fil-A's signature fry, they have the waffle fry. They're the only ones that have the waffle fry.
Never had them.
They look good. I'm looking at a picture of them.
Yeah.
French fries, man.
Why are they getting rid of them?
There's a thing, they did a study or whatever, some kind of study, and they're talking, it's just in the early stages, but they're contemplating losing their waffle fries for a more common French fry, I guess.
Okay.
The reason being is they responded to a bunch of rumors. They're saying they're not, but they went on a test study and had been trying out some different possibilities. Now, they've said, don't worry, our waffle fries aren't going anywhere, but I feel like where there's smoke, there's fire. You know?
I like a waffle fry because I like the larger surface area of the fry. Mm-hmm. I love ketchup, so I would drown that bad boy in ketchup, and that to me, I get more ketchup per square inch on a waffle fry.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your go-to fry? Rick, do you like a waffle? Have you ever had a waffle fry?
I have. It's French fry to me.
Okay. Do you have a go-to fast food fry?
I like Wendy's fries.
Do you like Wendy's fries?
Yeah.
Okay.
Arby's curly fries are so good. but they always give me a stomach ache. But I still eat them. They're so good. Those seasoned curly fries. Oh my gosh, yes.
They do have a good flavor.
Jeff said that waffle fries suck. There's no salt on them, and they're barely fried potato. I don't like a really salty fry. I'll be the first one to say that. Now, I do like the seasoning that Arby's uses on curly fries, but I just have a whole problem with second mortgaging my house to eat a value meal at Arby's. Like, that's part of the issue there. What's your... See, I still think McDonald's has the... If I'm going straight fast food, not fast casual, straight fast food... McDonald's would have the first, Wendy's would have the second.
Can we consider a McDonald's hash brown a fry? Because there you cannot beat that.
Yeah, I think if you...
A well-done hash brown?
Yep. Thick, if it's a deep-fried potato, is it considered a fry?
A deep-fried, like a whole potato?
Like a hash brown. Is that considered a French fry?
Oh.
I mean,
because then, again, you've got that
really.
large surface area for me. I tend toward that.
I mean, yeah, I really like that little hash brown with their breakfast sandwiches, but I wouldn't call it a French fry.
Okay.
I don't know.
See, I think BK has the lower echelon of fast food fries. I'm a caniac, but I could give or take the crinkle cut fry. It does nothing for me.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, as long as it's a well done fry, like I don't want a nearly done fry. It's got to be like darker for me to enjoy it.
Don't give Kelly that limp crap.
Oh, it's so gross. Have you ever gotten a fries at the drive-thru and they're like cold in the middle?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Don't try to pass that off on me. I will swing right back around.
Well, then there's also, if you heat up your fry, it will get soft in the microwave.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it absolutely will.
A couple of people said Rally's fries are the best. Charles said Steak and Shake has the best fries.
Now, see, my wife would probably agree with that. She likes the skinniest French fry you can get, and that's Steak and Shake.
Ooh, remember G.D. Ritzy's fries? Those tiny, skinny fries? Oh, those were good. Because you could grab like 50 of them and drag them through your ketchup.
I never had. What are they like the shoestring fries?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what she...
What's this place called?
Tiny.
It's gone. It doesn't exist anymore.
Oh.
G.D. Ritzy's? Yeah, it was really good.
Kelly, Gerald agrees with you on Arby fries.
Yeah, they're good. Curly fries.
Mr. Hero has waffle fries. I've never had Mr. Hero.
Mr. Hero?
Yeah.
I don't even know if I've ever heard of Mr. Hero.
I've never had. Scott, tell us where that is. I've never had that. Ashley said, what did Ashley say?
Well, tons of people are saying Rally's fries.
Jordan said Five Guys. Ashley said they should ditch the waffle fries and do beer at Chick-fil-A. I probably can't argue with that.
Yeah, I do like Five Guys.
See, I don't. The boy kid in the house loves Five Guys. For me, it's, I can give or take it.
Yeah, based on text, the best fries are Rally's.
Okay.
Well, that's what we're getting the most of.
All right. Well, there you go. So anyway, hopefully Chick-fil-A keeps their waffle fries intact. I feel like that's their signature thing. Don't lose your Don't break up with who brought you to the dance. Beck on Morning Blitz. Loser, 736. Thick, Kelly, and Lewis. And that was the song you needed to be caller 19 when you heard. And that means congratulations is going out to
Kevin Bond from Delaware.
Nice job. You got tickets to check out Primus and Winona's Big Brown Beaver.
Yeah. And Coheed and Cambria with them.
Yeah. I saw Coheed and Cambria, they were one of the first shows I saw, right after the pandemic.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, they were pretty good.
Yeah, that show's coming up in a week, August 6th. A week from tomorrow.
It's crazy.
Kimba Live. AXS.com for tickets.
So the Olympics are underway. Kelly's watched the stuff on TikTok. I have watched zero Olympic coverage, and Thick Rick has been all over it.
Glued to the TV.
Well, in between games of college football 25.
Well, in your megaplex that you live in, don't you have one TV designated for the Olympics and another designated for the gaming system?
No. My megaplex? But maybe I should do that. I should bring up a TV. That way I can have those on while I'm...
Because you know what I do when I'm playing NCAA 25? I got a big 35-inch computer monitor that I stream whatever on. So I got that on one eye and then I'm gaming with the other.
Have you played Alabama?
No.
Man, dude.
I played Notre Dame and the Buckeyes so far.
Oh, really? I beat up Michigan this weekend.
And UC, sorry.
And, because I was playing the easy teams while I was getting used to it. And I played Alabama. Damn, man, they are tough. Tough to run on. But I beat them.
They are. Okay. So you're saying if video gaming were an Olympic event, you would be a gold medalist?
Well, if it was Madden...
Rocket League.
There are so many people so much better. But if it was Madden 2001 when I was playing, yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. Because I had a number 1 ranking in the world. Number 1 for 6 weeks.
Everybody's heard the phrase at some point in time, if this were an Olympic event, you would be a gold medalist. For some people, it's sleeping. Some people, it's eating. What would yours be, Kelly Quinn?
Mine? Okay. If the Irish exit was an Olympic event, I would be a gold medalist.
The what?
The Irish exit. That means being at a party or a gathering and then disappearing and not letting anybody know you're leaving.
That's how I do it.
I call it Batmaning.
I
yes.
am pro-level Irish exiter. I can get in and out of a party. I can be social, but when I'm done, I can slip out without a soul knowing.
Yeah, that's
and
a
by
good
the
one.
time you notice I'm gone, I am already in bed.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm the same way, Kelly.
That's a good one. That's a really good one.
I love it.
Because I always called that Batmaning. I never heard it as an Irish exit
Yeah,
today.
it's called an Irish exit or an Irish goodbye.
Okay.
Yep.
All
How about you?
Me?
You didn't have anything for this?
I do, but it's kind of something we were going to talk about tomorrow, so we could get more into it.
I think bitching about people driving too slow in the left lane, you would win a gold medal.
Fact. If calling out others for, even though I'm not the greatest driver in the world, let's call it what it is. I'm probably a top 3 driver in the world.
You're a better road rager than you are a driver.
If calling out people for their pathetic driving habits were an Olympic event, I would medal. Absolutely.
Okay.
That's hilarious.
So what's yours? If it's not video gaming, what's yours?
If fantasy football were an Olympic event, I'd win a gold medal.
Oh, okay.
That's for sure. Or just being a football fan, if that was an Olympic event.
Okay. Being a football fan? That counts for something.
I'm such a huge fan. You guys know.
We do.
Sick.
We do.
I need help.
So, all right, Blitz Nation. If blank were an Olympic caliber event, what would you gold medal at? Let us know on our text wall, or you can always call us if you would like. What would your fill in the blank? What would it be? Question though, is anybody out there really good at a sport where they actually considered being in the Olympics for something? I am curious to that, because there's got to be, with the Ohio State University down the street, there has to be a pretty damn good athlete out there listening that at one point in time was almost, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Jake, come on. Lewis, if gold medal would be not getting to the point. If they were
Yes.
That is hilarious.
Trash talking Lewis.
Jake, I'm going to give you that one on a Monday.
That was great. I'll add Super Mario Brothers 3.
Okay.
On the original Nintendo to that as well. I would win a gold medal with that game.
Okay.
When I was in my prime.
Aren't you guys curious to see if we have an Olympic caliber athlete in our midst? Anybody who might have been that good? Because you got to put in some real training for these things. It's not something you just do as a casual hobby.
No, I know. And that's why, I keep thinking about the breakdancing coming up.
Right.
When I used to do that, there's no way I could compete with these guys. But it was just constant practice every single friggin' day. Never ends. And that's the way most of them are. Who competing in the Olympics is not doing that every day of their life.
Right.
That's all they do.
That's what I mean. Especially in the winter games. Like if you're a figure skater, a lot of figure skating gets a lot of made fun of, but those guys and girls are...
That's ridiculous.
On the
gymnastics?
Ice. Yeah.
All of it.
Ghost on your morning blitz, 746 with Vic, Kelly, Lewis, 800-821-9970 if you want to call us. Is that slower?
Yeah, somebody said whenever you said the phone number on the air, you sound like an auctioneer. That's how fast it goes.
Talking about gold medal events right now. If you have one that you want to share with us, you can do so on our text wall, or you can call 800-821-9970.
All right, so if blank was an Olympic event, this is what you'd win the gold medal in. I said I'm an Olympic-level Irish exiter. I can Irish exit like nobody's business. Lewis,
Jake said I'm not getting to the point. We'll go with Jake's.
Okay.
No, bitching about people driving too slow in the left lane.
That too. And Dick's was Madden, if it was 2001.
Super Mario Brothers 3.
Yeah.
And fantasy football.
He did win some money in fantasy football, so that's kind of legit there. Rocket apparently wants us to know that he's really good at doing stuff in bed.
Muff diving.
Like 3 or 4 times. Are you trying to convince us or you?
I don't need proof, dude.
Stephanie said if baking were an Olympic event, I would win gold. I have my own chocolate chip cookie recipe that I won't tell anyone. Stephanie, don't sing it, bring it. And by it, I mean to the studio after you bake
free
some
cookies.
This person said, please don't read my name, but if going to work, busting your butt and giving your all and completely getting taken advantage of and crapped on, if that's an Olympic event, I would get a gold medal. Oh, I'm so sorry about that.
JC said caffeine consumption. Steve said if reaching stuff on the top shelf, he'd be the platinum medal winner.
Man, we got another one just like Justin. Getting jerked around and abused at work while giving all I have would be a gold medal for me. Money too good to quit.
Where do you work? I'd like to try that sometime.
The method said I'd win the gold for the biathlon of overthinking and anxiety. So we have an overthinker and an anxious person who wins the gold for that biathlon.
I think Kelly could challenge you on that one.
I don't think so.
No? Farting?
Yeah. I was just going to say.
Tara says sleeping, definitely gold medal. Derek says beer pong, gold medalist at beer pong.
A couple of people have said pot smoking. A couple of people have said joint rolling.
Okay.
There's quite a few pot smokers who are ready to do that in the Olympics. And this one's different. New build residential plumbing.
Okay.
Hey.
That's a job in itself.
I know who to call.
John said watching TV, Jeremy swearing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Steve said if posing for tastefully done black and white nudes was an Olympic event.
may have a few things going on there. So, I don't know. If you could be an Olympic athlete, what's the one event you would want to be good at to compete in, since we are talking about the Summer Games? I'm not talking about like joint rolling and sleeping. I'm talking about like legitimate Olympic athletic events.
If I had the bravery, maybe diving. I did
high dives.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Dude,
I love that. I love diving.
I saw those guys, the gymnasts with the rings.
Yeah.
You know, the ring. And I'm watching them going, F you. You're not human. That's insane watching what they do. The way they put their arms clear out and hold themselves like at this perfect angle and for the longest time. I'm like, I would be dead. It's insane.
Takes a lot of upper body strength. That's for sure.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, would you compete winter or summer games?
Well, now, if we're talking winter games, I'm ready for downhill skiing. That's exactly what I would want to do.
That's what, okay.
Yeah.
See, I think gymnastics has always interested me. I think that would be kind of fun to compete in. I like boxing a lot. Like, that could be...
Yeah.
That could be interesting. But you know what I really would truly love to be? Because they are like the creme de la creme of athletes. Lance Armstrong and his...
cycling.
No, the triathlete.
Okay.
Like, where you do it all. Like
swimming that Seine River,
yeah,
huh?
Not necessarily in the Seine, per se. But to be you got to run, you got to bike, you got to swim, you got to... Like, to be able to do all that, like, you're, like, legit.
Fit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, I think that would be what clearly, if I entered that competition, I am nowhere near Olympic caliber. But in a fantasy world, that would be kind of fun.
Well, Rocket said he had to text it in twice because the truck bounced and he misspelled it the first time. Which he did. He really did. It said Muff Duving.
Dominic said the 100-meter dash, or as a sprinter. Steve wants to be a gold medal snowboarder.
Amanda Moore, people-pleasing. It's annoying.
Okay. That would, I can see where that could become.
Goose said Netflix binge watching.
There apparently, if there's an Olympic event for struggling, this person can struggle. Okay.
Struggling. All right.
Steel-tipped darts, played for in Masters for years. That's Larry.
Nice.
Jacob would love to be a gold medalist in skateboarding.
Jeremy said swearing.
Swearing?
Yeah.
I mean, we should have the Olympics swear off who would do the best. That would be fun to listen to. Zach is a Special Olympics just for being him. And apparently that competition shooting for Jeff. That's an interesting one, too. Like, you got to have that takes some skill.
I think it all takes skill in the Olympics. I'm pretty sure.
Fair point. I don't know. Have you ever guys, you know what the Olympic sport that does give me hope that I could be an Olympic caliber athlete?
Archery?
That's
what everybody says. I think I could do that.
This is the Winter Games. Curling. I feel like I could be a pro curler.
Okay.
Because those guys give the common man hope.
I would love to see Lewis out there with that little broom.
But think about it. Look at the Okay, Michael Phelps, right? Pretty good shape. Olympic caliber athlete. You know, even what was his face that was the speed skater? Paulo Ono.
Paulo Ono.
Pretty good shape.
Yeah.
Show me the curling team.
Yeah, no, that's the one thing. I mean, I'll say the same thing about fencing. I don't think you have to be in that great a shape. I mean, they're just trying to touch each other with the tip. They're not really fencing. You know what I mean?
Sometimes it's just the tip, just to see how it feels.
It's just like, what? All right, now, Karen said bass fishing. Now, Karen, I got to ask, I mean, are you in Bass Masters or Major League Fishing? Because those are your gold medal winners. You know, you're going to go up against a guy like Kevin Van Dam. You're telling me you're going to beat him. Is that what you're telling me? Just curious.
We were saying what we wish we could be gold medalists.
Oh, I thought he was saying that's what he would win if it was an Olympic sport.
No, he said what if we could do it.
We're kind of juggling a couple different things here.
Well, if that was an Olympic event, that's definitely what I would want to be the best at.
Barbara asked, why is bowling now an Olympic sport? And
bowling's amazing.
It isn't. Is it an Olympic sport?
I don't know, but I'll stand on my original statement.
Yeah.
Bowling is amazing.
Yeah, I love it.
Taylor said speed walking if it was an Olympic sport. And Jeremy said to tell me that you have to be an expert ice skater for curling. You have to be an expert ice skater for curling? I don't even think they're on skates.
Are they on skates?
I don't even think they're on skates. You just slide out there with the broom and move it so it goes across the line.
Are they? They're not on skates, are they? I didn't think they were.
Now we got to do some research.
I know, man.
All right,
you make us work.
Let me see here. No, it looks like they have flat black shoes.
Yeah. I'm not talking about speed skating. I am not a speed skater. I'm talking about curling. That's where, like, the out-of-shape dudes that literally came right out of the bar. Yeah, these guys are wearing shoes. They're not... These guys are wearing Adidas shoes. They're not skating, thank God.
Okay, there are special curling shoes. They're called men's curling shoes. You can get Gold Line men's momentum curling shoes, and they do have a special sole, but they're not skates.
Okay.
They're really cool. I want a pair of these. Oh, how much are these? These are very cool.
We got a text would win the gold medal for most creative uses for the F word.
Nah, that's a solid event right there.
You guys, these are $45.
That's it?
Yes.
Let's get some curling shoes and create our own.
It looks like they have felt on the bottom or something.
Doug Rogers just texted and says, great, now I'm envisioning Lewis in a leotard.
No, you don't need to wear leotards. These guys are wearing polos and khakis. I just Googled a picture of the USA first Olympic gold medal curling team.
I think because you mentioned gymnastics.
Oh, okay. These guys look like they just played around a beer pong at their local bar and stepped on, this is the sport. This is my Olympic sport.
I mean, what color am I getting, you guys? These are really nice, these shoes. And they look like they're Velcro, so...
Well, you know.
Easy on, easy off, baby.
At the end of the day, that's what it's all about.
Taylor said, have you ever seen Olympic speed walking? Yes, and I don't ever need to watch it again. You can watch that for about a minute and you're good.
I thought that's just on the Ocho.
And now, all right, I'm listening. 3 things you need to know before you go.
A little trouble at the Clark County Fair over the weekend. A sheriff's office investigating an enormous fight that shut down the entire fair Friday night. Authorities say at least 75 juveniles and young adults were involved. No one seriously hurt.
Gosh.
4 underage boys were detained. before being released to their parents. No such issues at the Ohio State Fair, where things are going strong. Tonight's concert is Lauren Daigle. Tickets are $58. Tomorrow it's Ice Cube. Tickets are $52.
Ice Cube is at the Ohio State Fair?
Tomorrow night, baby. $52.
Lauren Daigle's a Christian artist, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
You going to go check out Ice Cube?
No, I was just surprised. I didn't know Ice Cube.
You can if you want.
Oh, I'm good.
I mean, you can do it. Put your back into it.
All right, really crazy story here involving Simpsons creator Matt Groening. He's being sued over an alleged sexual assault that did not involve him, but allegedly happened at his home. This is according to TMZ. A woman named Giovanna Scotto claims that when she worked as house manager at Groening's Santa Monica estate, she was subjected to non-consensual groping and kissing, as well as inappropriate text messages and stalking behavior from a male coworker for most of her time at the job. And she says she told Groening and his wife, but they didn't do anything to stop it. And then she says she was abruptly fired in June 2022 without cause. So this is an interesting case. We'll have to keep an eye on that one. Well, more Olympics cardboard bed news. Number one, a lot of the athletes are not having trouble with their beds. They're fine, but some of them are. In fact, one Team USA gymnast, Frederick Richard, shipped his own mattress to the Olympic Village because he said he cannot mess around with the quality of sleep he's getting. And now we're finding out that everyone on the U.S. Olympic gymnastics team has been offered mattress toppers and bed cooling systems through a partnership with a company called BedJet. Also, the nighttime air in Paris is hot, and there is no air conditioning in the rooms.
No way.
All in the name of sustainability. So we've got uncomfortable cardboard beds and no air conditioning, all because Paris wanted to have the entire game sustainable, quote unquote. So the U.S. Olympic Committee has paid to have their own AC units brought in for their athletes so they can get a good night's sleep. Wow. And on top of all this, an Australian water polo player named Matilda Kearns says she has had to get massages to undo the damage that this poor bed situation is doing to her body. So Australian officials have now brought mattress toppers and extra pillows in for their athletes.
Wow.
So in the name of sustainability, Paris is basically like, we're not providing anything.
Right.
You guys can provide your own, comfortability if you want to sleep here and have a good night's sleep as an athlete.
Are they going to get upset about the electricity being used on these air conditioners that are being brought in?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they're going to be upset about anything that they don't have to pay for, but apparently, I don't know who's paying those electricity bills.
Okay, so when you say sustainability, it's their ability to sustain their income or their economy or whatever you want to call it.
They just are like it's the least amount of waste and the least amount of, I don't know.
The sad thing is, you would think that Paris would be an okay choice to host an Olympic caliber event, considering it is one of arguably the biggest cities in Europe, right? Mm-hmm. You can all say that with a straight face. And yet they're having all kinds of problems, from the dirty river to everything else. It just seems like, why didn't we just do this in the middle of the Sudan and get the same result?
Yeah, I hope you didn't want the Olympics to ever come back there again.
Right? It just kind of surprises me.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right. Those are your three things.
Spring, it's your morning blitz, 8:10 with Vic, Kelly, and Lewis. Good morning. There's some changes to airline. I mean, there's always changes to airlines because for whatever reason, there's always problems with airlines. One is a big change for this company. We'll tell you about that coming up. But first, we've had a lot of good shows recently. People raving about, Stone Temple Pilots and Soul Asylum from the other night.
Doug said they killed it at the fair Friday night.
Would have been a good show. Jeff Goot does a good job as the frontman for STP. But the Easy Riders Rodeo is coming. Y'all been to a rodeo? Y'all like a good rodeo?
Well, this is a little different kind of rodeo.
Yeah.
That's why I'm asking.
That's why I'm asking.
I've never been to an actual rodeo.
I'm trying to think. I feel like, I did this fun little barrel race thing once in my life many, many years ago.
On a horse?
On a horse.
Oh, wow.
It was a total blast, and it was just basically a bunch of people who didn't know how to ride horses. They taught you how to ride and do it like a miniature barrel race. It was a total blast. That's kind of the closest I've ever been to a rodeo situation, but
it's a rodeo event, though.
Yeah.
I've watched PBR. It's pretty amazing when they ride those giant, crazy bulls.
You ever rode a bull?
The electronic, mechanical bull.
I've the mechanical.
That's one thing I feel like I would be good at.
Riding a bull?
Yeah, am I dumb for thinking that? I've never
Depends
done
on
it.
who's running it, how fast they run it, and how they
Are we
work
talking about
it back
mechanical
and
bull or real bull?
Mechanical. I'm not riding a real bull.
Okay.
I feel like I'd be good at it.
I kind of want to try.
I have some pretty good balance.
Who's got a bull we can go to?
I think that country bar up on the north end does.
Do they?
Yeah. It seems like we've always had one country bar here that's had a bull.
I feel like everybody's problem is you just slide off because your pants are slick, and then the what you're riding on that's like it's slick. You don't have anything to grip, so I'm putting grippers up and down the inside of my pants. I'm gonna be able to grip.
Let's just
the mechanical bull.
Why don't you just wear some chaps over your jeans and then take the chaps off?
What?
Chaps. They always wear chaps. I think that helps the grip.
Helps the grip. So you wear
on a real horse. We're talking a mechanical bull.
Well, it's a real
saddle.
On a mechanical bull.
Yeah, it's a real saddle.
Okay.
So chap
All right,
up.
I'll have to work this out in my brain before I can discuss it any further, but I do look at mechanical bull riding and feel like I could do it. And every time someone flies off it, I'm like, oh gosh.
Well, when you figure it
let me
out
on that thing.
When you figure it out, let me know, because when you ride a mechanical bull, I'm selling tickets to that event.
Absolutely. I will video it. I will do the commentary. We've got tickets for you to check out the Easy Riders Rodeo. What you want to listen for is Incubus, Wish You Were Here. When you hear that, since today's July 29th, be text number 29 at 99700, and you will score some tickets to the Easy Riders Rodeo. Perfect Circle on the Morning Blitz, 822 with Thick, Kelly, and Lewis. Rodeo is the word you're texting, in case you did not hear me say that earlier. Text rodeo, be text number 29 when you hear Incubus, Wish You Were Here.
99700.
And that's your tickets to the Easy Riders Rodeo, if you are looking to go for a little fun. Do you guys, when's the last time you guys have taken a plane ride?
Oh, gosh. Mine was a year ago, August. One year ago, we flew into Newark, New Jersey. And then
that's when you went to New York.
Yep.
Okay,
that was last August. That was the last time I flew.
What airline did you fly?
Oh, my gosh. I want to say we flew Delta, maybe?
Okay.
American. One of the major ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you?
2018 to Myrtle Beach.
Myrtle Beach? What airline?
Tin Can Airlines.
Huh?
Spirit.
Oh, okay.
What about you, Lewis?
It was a year or two ago, I think. And I would have been to Florida when we went to St. Petersburg, and I believe we did Delta.
So we're not frequent flyers here.
I used to be way more of a frequent flyer than I am now. Last couple of years, that's calmed down quite a bit, and not just because of the pandemic, but just other things in life. You ever fly Southwest? Any of you? Either of you?
Yeah, I like Southwest.
I've not.
You've never flown Southwest?
I don't think so.
Okay. You have, Thick?
Oh, yeah.
Southwest was known for doing this thing where it's basically a cattle call, kind of. You don't have, you know how like Delta does, you're boarding group number 1, you're boarding group number 2, whatever. Southwest just, you want to get there and get in. Well, they're doing away with that, and that's kind of been their thing. They've been the one that does not have
assigned seating.
You just board when you walk up. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
No, this says basically you do line up in groups, and you can pay to be in the first group, but it's all pick your own seat.
Yeah. So like you get. So like when they let you on, if you're in group 1, whatever seat looks good to you, take there. Go
so
right
you can't pay for a specific seat.
Correct.
Wow, really?
Until now. That's been their thing for the longest, and people have either loved it or hated it.
People, I was reading that people love Southwest because it's really easy to change flight at the last minute, and you don't get charged for it.
Yeah,
you also get 2 free bags.
2 free bags.
Yeah, I feel like that's incorporated in the price of the ticket, but that might just be me.
Well,
but the open seating thing was kind of cool, because the one thing that does annoy me about an airport is when like the dude that's boarding in group 6 gets in line already. I'm like, dude, come on. There's 5 other groups in front of you. Where are you going?
Man, now that you mention it, yeah, I did fly Southwest. That would have been 16. We went to Dallas for a Cowboys game.
Okay.
And we were able to sit wherever we wanted. Yeah. That's right.
Just depends on what you board and whatever your group is. So if like your group A, you're on first, B, or whatever. And a lot of people don't like it because they want to know what their seat is
Okay, are we getting people on Southwest just like instantly going for either the window or the aisle? So they're by the time if the last group is getting on the plane, they're all middle seats.
You get in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I won't take a middle seat. Are you kidding me? I don't want to be in the middle. You know what? I used to like the aisle, but I find more and more if I'm in the aisle, my shoulder pays the price. I'm getting jacked by the cart or somebody walking by every time.
Yeah, I prefer the aisle. I've never gotten hit by a cart.
Really? Well, because
Never.
you're like, you're 92 pounds and 5 feet tall. Like, the rest of us, our shoulders suffer. But yeah, so if you're a frequent flyer, keep that in mind. If you use Southwest, they're doing away with their cattle call seating.
Do they have like first class and things like that on Southwest, or is it all the entire plane's open for you to pick from? Is there business class, first class?
I think
and then...
there's definitely first class.
Yeah,
I think the first class people pick which first class seats they want.
I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I think there's definitely that, but I don't know.
I don't like the idea of just picking your own seat. That adds a level of stress I don't need. I need an assigned seat. Just tell me where, even if it's a middle seat, you've got to tell me where to sit.
Keep me organized.
I just can't stand the mayhem when it comes to, it makes me feel like when Cedar Point first opens and everyone busts through the gate and starts just jamming as fast as they can toward like the Millennium or something.
Right,
it's like, I don't like the chaos. Let me just have an easy kind of day.
I was like, what the hell? There's like a mosh pit in here. What is this?
Yeah. I like an assigned seat, and if I have to pay for an assigned seat to sit next to my husband on a flight, I'm happy to do it. I'd rather do that than just have a giant cattle call. But I can see it would benefit people who just travel on their own and need to change flights, business travelers and things like that. If you've got, messy travel schedule and you just want to get it on, apparently it's way more efficient to let people just choose their own seats and board in groups like they do on Southwest. It's like your plane loads pretty quickly.
You ever pay for your seat and it's away from your significant other? And then when they go, why are your seats separate? You go, the one next to you wasn't open. Then you get on the plane and the damn seat's open. Kind of wrecks. Well, it wasn't open at the time. They must have canceled.
Man. Mike said he hasn't been on a plane since Reagan was in office.
Wow.
JC says, haven't flown since the creation of the TSA.
What's that?
What is that?
How long's that been around?
Are you on a list?
Can't fly. Gonna have to drive. See you in a couple days.
Right?
Oh, God. Oh, man. Coming up, I think Tess is in for the Blitz Rock Rundown here in a bit. What did Joshua just say? All the seats are the same on the Southwest flight. There's no first class or business class. You pay to be in the first 15. That's what I thought of.
Okay.
That's how I thought that went.
So that's what they call that.
Not much longer, Josh. They're making changes, but then again, everybody does. Incubus, wish you were here. It's the Morning Blitz, 8:37. Kelly Quinn, Thick Rick, I'm Lewis, and congrats going out to
Jamie Hammond.
Jamie
from Columbus.
Text number 29, going to the Easy Riders Rodeo. This thing's pretty cool. Way Jennings, Demon Jones, Taproot, Smile Empty Soul. Bottom of the Bottle is still one of my favorite songs.
Oh, it's a great tune.
It's all going down Smoke and Coal Farms in Bloomville. Coming up August 29th through September 2nd. You can get tickets and details at EasyRiderEvents.com.
I'm tired of your goddamn rock and roll, anything goes lifestyle.
This is your Blitz Rock Rundown, the Monday morning edition. Rock and roll!
Good morning, Tess.
Good morning. I don't think I've told you yet, but I adore that intro that you made, Thick Rick.
Oh, I'm glad you like it.
Yeah. I've heard it the last couple of weeks. I'm like, I don't think I've thanked him for that.
I don't think it has enough. I don't think it has enough cowbell.
It never has enough cowbell.
Oh, man, that's a thing at the Olympics.
What, cowbell?
The people hate that the USA constantly with the cowbells, and I love that they hate it. They were talking to different athletes who were complaining, and fans from other countries who were complaining about the amount of cowbell from the USA.
Like in the audience?
The fans, yes.
Oh.
They were hating it, and I'm like, too bad.
I didn't realize that was really a thing.
Yeah, yes, more cowbell.
What was it? The summer? No, it was the World Cup. Everybody hated the horns in South Africa.
Yeah.
Yes,
because it was constantly like,
I don't know what any of you are talking about.
Vuvuzela.
Yes. You don't know what a cowbell is, right?
I do.
Okay. Just making sure. I'll give you the horns.
Yeah, hear this. That was the vuvuzelas. Yeah.
It sounds like a swarm of bees.
I know, right? It was driving everybody nuts.
Well, Christopher Walken's got to be loving these Olympics then if there's that much cowbell.
Probably. I love it.
What do you got for us today, Tess?
Did you just say divorce?
No, I said, what do you got for us?
Gotcha.
Wow.
He did it kind of morphed a little there.
I woke up like 5 minutes ago. Sorry.
It happens.
So let's start with Fame on Fire. They just shared another single from their new album, The Death Card, that's due out on September 6th. It's called Suicide the Lovers. Fame on Fire's coming to the Andrew J. Brady Music Center in Cincinnati with Wage War on Wednesday, October 2nd. I haven't seen them live, but I've heard great things about them.
Fame on Fire?
Yeah.
Yeah, Fame on Fire is good. I've seen them live. I have not that I didn't like them before, I have a newfound respect and enjoyment for Wage War after we talked to them at Sonic.
Dude, I've become a big Wage War fan.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like those
band
guys a lot.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
You should
really had a good time with them.
Deep dive into their older stuff. It's real good. All right, let's talk about Jane's Addiction now. When I was 5. They just dropped the first new single that their original lineup has recorded since 1990.
Wow.
So that's 34 years, if you can do math. Is that right? 34? Since 1990? Okay.
Yes.
They've been playing this song on their European tour earlier this summer. It's called Imminent Redemption.
Quite political.
Yeah.
Hot take. Never been a fan of Jane's Addiction.
Oh, thank you.
Kelly
My gosh.
hates those dogs barking.
Ever been a fan of. There's not one song of Jane's Addiction I'm like, thank God they're playing that. I've heard that again. I've never been a fan. And they were at Louder Than Life a couple of years ago before Metallica. And I was just like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, you know how there are some bands that...
You want to go get in line for merch?
There are bands that you fall in love with after you see them live, and I saw Jane's Addiction live, and it just creeped me
Yeah,
out.
I can see that making... Oh, it creeped you out?
Yeah,
fell out of love.
I was going to say maybe the opposite way. I can see, like, seeing them live, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, wait a minute. Maybe I misjudged.
No, Perry
But
Farrell
but
is
with
even
not
creepier.
with Jane's Addiction.
Perry Farrell's even creepier live.
Oh, interesting.
He looks like a damn vampire.
It's weird.
Yeah.
And then his wife is like one of his backup dancers, and they touch each other. And
Oh, wow,
Yeah.
really?
yeah, it's just awkward.
Okay.
But I mean, that was years ago. I think it was like 2012. But it was just, it made me uncomfortable. And they went on right before Alice in Chains. I was like, oh, thank God. They're done.
Yeah, that's one band where I'm like, if they're on the lineup, that's where I will plan my trip to the bathroom, my trip to merch. If I got to make a phone call, that's when I'm doing it.
Go out and smoke a cig.
Absolutely.
Jane's Addiction, they're going to kick off a tour with Love and Rockets in August.
Love and Rockets.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, Love and Rockets. I haven't heard them
Seriously?
since like 1990.
Is that the no one's going to that tour?
Oh, they would. They got a following. They will
do. That's
definitely.
true.
What was their huge hit?
That was.
Pop stealing.
Oh, you're talking about Love and Rockets.
Oh, is that So Alive?
Yes, So Alive.
So Alive.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the only
I
song
can't
I know of
remember the
theirs.
words. But
Yes,
So
that's
Alive.
it.
That's the
it.
yeah.
You said 90. I was going to say like 84.
I was gonna say I
something
can't
like that.
remember.
Was it that long
I don't
ago?
know.
Yeah,
It's been a
yeah.
long time. Whatever.
Yeah, it's been. I mean,
So Alive.
Got to be a longer. When was So Alive? So Alive was. Hold on, let's see real quick. 1989.
Oh, okay. It wasn't quite 84.
Yeah, it's the one. I don't know what the color your eyes are, baby.
Baby, and her hair's
exactly.
long and brown, or something like
Yeah,
that.
that's
Yeah, okay.
Well, that tour is not coming to Ohio.
Oh,
so
damn it all to hell.
Okay, you guys.
Yes.
We have got to talk about Gojira.
This was incredible.
I just got goosebumps. They made history by performing at the Olympics opening ceremony, becoming the first metal band ever to play at the Olympic Games. Now, they performed at the Conciergerie.
Now, you said it was the Bastille.
Are you sure it's not the Bastille?
I'm probably wrong. It was the residence of, I know this though, the residence of French kings in medieval times. It became a prison during the French Revolution.
Yeah, it's the Bastille.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the headless Marie, I was telling Rick the story, Marie Antoinette was in charge, and the people of Paris were starving. And her response was, let them eat cake. That's where that phrase comes from. So they stormed the Bastille, which is why the French celebrate Bastille Day instead of Independence Day like we do. And they beheaded Marie Antoinette on the guillotine, which resided in front of the Bastille.
So that was the building I was trying to describe earlier, Kelly. And when the band members come out on they come out on the balconies, but every other window, every other one, like all across it, was a headless Marie Antoinette holding her head, and the head was talking.
And singing opera.
And singing, yes.
It was incredible. I wanted to say conciergerie, I guess.
I mean, you did it great.
They performed with that opera singer. It was like a macabre metal version of the French Revolutionary song. How do you say it? I'm going to probably say this one wrong, too. Ça ira.
It's from Les Mis,
which
right?
Translates to "It'll be fine."
I think it's from Les Mis. That's what I thought I read. I don't know.
Well, maybe I need to do my research because I thought I did, and I thought it was the French Revolutionary song.
Well,
Les Mis is all about the French Revolution.
Yes,
So,
yes.
oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I think it's from the musical Les
gotcha.
Mis.
Okay.
And because I thought I recognized the girl who was singing on the ship that was going in front of the Bastille, and yeah, man, it was absolutely incredible. Here's a clip from it.
I feel like they didn't have a choice. Because the French are known for fries, toast, and Les Mis, and you can't sing fries or toast.
And Gojira.
Oh, I love it.
It was so amazing. Maybe they're just getting started, too. Yeah, that was really cool.
So when I got home on Friday, Tyler had recorded the ceremony, and he goes, "You got to watch this part." And he turns it on, and I'm like, "That's Gojira."
Yeah.
He's like, "I had no idea. I just thought it was awesome." I'm like, "That's Gojira." I was going nuts.
I know you're a huge fan.
Yeah, I've been blasting Gojira all weekend.
Did you hear Kelly Clarkson was just going insane over the whole thing?
Yeah.
And I was kind of surprised. I'm like, does she even know who that band is? Maybe she does. I don't know. But she was like having a fit. And at one point, I'm like, okay, cool, you love it. Now shut up and let me hear it.
Right.
Because she was talking all over it.
I know.
They talked all over Lady Gaga, her and Mike Tirico. And I'm like, you guys understand. Shut up.
Well, I'm okay with that.
Well, I know, but,
How
other people
dare
watching.
you.
I mean, Celine Dion was saying.
Yeah. Oh, that was amazing.
This was her first time back?
Don't talk over the entertainment. Shut up. Nobody cares. They don't want to hear you guys.
Especially
talk.
Celine. I watched her documentary. It is heartbreaking, everything that woman has gone through. And I was nervous for her, to be honest,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
she killed it.
I mean, if she didn't have $900 million in the bank, I don't know what she'd do.
I loved some of the comments about the Gojira appearance. Gojira just made the Olympics medal. That's awesome. Gojira playing in the Olympics opening ceremony was not on my bingo card. Oh, ish, they had Gojira play? Well, that's definitely going to be the highlight of the Olympics. Might as well throw your TV in the ocean now. Dude, Gojira at Olympics was effing sick with many, many eyes. Already one of the best Olympics ever. Gojira showed the world how it's done. Yeah, and that's why I said I hope Roger Goodell and the NFL took note.
Can I tell you one of mine?
I'm geeking so hard over the Gojira performance. I love the Olympics now.
We got a metal band playing in the Olympics opening ceremony before GTA 6.
Right.
Because we've been waiting like 10 years for that to come out, and it's coming out next year.
Brutal. Beautiful.
Now,
Best Olympic opening ever, said somebody else.
It blew my mind. I'm
Yeah.
still not over it. I posted the performance at theblitz.com, by the way. So just click on Air Staff and then find my name. Oh, and they're playing it louder than life on Sunday, September 29th.
Oh, Gojira is?
Yeah.
Nice.
I missed them when they came to town. Was it? No, it wasn't Sonic Temple, was it? Was it
They
Inc?
have played.
I swear I thought they played Sonic.
They played Sonic or Rock on the Range.
I thought they
I think
played
they
this
played
past
both.
Sonic, didn't they?
At the last one?
Yeah.
I'd have to look.
They
that up.
just came to town, so it was either Sonic or Incarceration.
Yeah, I swear I thought they played Sonic on one of the sides. They were on one of the side stages or one of the 4 stages that were there.
I can't believe I would have missed that.
I mean, I saw about 45 minutes of the entire show, the festival. So,
Oh, I thought you were going to say Gojira. Well, what did they
no, I saw about 45. That would have been the whole show. No, I don't know, but I feel like they played Sonic. I'm sure someone in Blitz Nation would
I know they have
if
definitely
did.
been there before. I think they've been at Sonic and Rock on the Range.
Oh, all right,
That's all I got today.
okay, that was good.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
And I loved that French lesson that I got from you.
Well, you know, I don't know much, but I do.
I don't know much.
Oh God, I can't even finish that lyric.
If you missed that Gojira performance, it is all over YouTube. Go see it. It's just awesome.
I posted it at theblitz.com.
Oh, there you go.
It is definitely worth watching.
Did you-
Again, check it out on theblitz.com. And while you're there, follow us all on social media if you're bored and have nothing else to do. I promise, no tastefully done nudes on my socials.
And now, the 3 things you need to know before you go.
An 83-year-old man has been missing for a week after lingering issues from the CrowdStrike outage canceled his flight home. Orlando police say 83-year-old Patrick Bailey checked in for his flight out of Orlando International on July 21st. That trip was canceled due to lingering results from the CrowdStrike outage. So Bailey apparently spent the night at a local hotel and checked out the following morning. But he never took his flight home to California. Police say no one has heard from him since he checked out of the hotel. His son can't get a hold of him because apparently this man left his cell phone at the hotel. So there's a missing 83-year-old man out there that nobody can find. And it's all the result of this CrowdStrike outage. United Airlines flight was forced to land early after an onboard biohazard made several passengers and crew members ill. This flight was yesterday morning. It was going from Houston to Boston and had to divert to Washington, D.C. because apparently in the back, the crew was vomiting everywhere. And all the passengers sitting in those back rows were asking for masks and started vomiting as well because it was so disgusting and smelled like terrible back there. I guess a crew member, and there's some audio from the flight, said, with this kind of being a biohazard, I think we need to get this plane on the ground ASAP. So they ended up diverting to Washington Dulles for a deep clean before they could take off again and land in Boston. French television network Eurosport removed broadcaster Bob Ballard from his commentating duties at the Paris Olympics after he made a sexist comment about a group of female swimmers competing for Australia. So after Australia's freestyle relay team won a gold medal, Ballard said, well, the women just finishing up, you know what women are like, hanging around, doing their makeup. And apparently his co-commentator, Lizzie Simmons, immediately said, that is outrageous that you just said that. Eurosport dismissed him and then put out a statement saying during a segment of Eurosport's coverage last night. Commentator Bob Ballard made an inappropriate comment. To that end, he has been removed from our commentary roster with immediate effect. Ballard has yet to comment on the incident.
So he said that's women. They hang around and do their makeup.
Yeah, you know what women are like, hanging around doing their makeup.
Of all the things he could have said, though, is it wrong that I feel like he could have said far worse?
Well, yeah, there are far worse things he could have said, but that's like, why would you say that? Why would you talk about these elite Olympic level athletes? And you know how they are. They just won a gold medal.
What's wrong with her? She's a woman, isn't she?
Doing their makeup. It's just insulting.
It is. It really is.
I mean, obviously there are worse things he could have said.
It is, but I feel like he was trying to make a joke. It didn't land right.
No, I don't think it did.
I mean, I'm not condoning it. I'm just saying of the things that I've heard people. I mean, again, Tom Brenneman lost his job
for good reason
because of what he said on a hot mic. This feels like more like a joke that didn't land the right way than it does an intentional insult or something that was meant to intentionally insult someone. You know what I mean?
I feel like this is a joke an old guy would make.
Yes,
I need to know how old Bob Ballard
that's
is.
What I mean.
Bob Ballard.
In 1983, this guy probably thought this was the funniest thing he could have said.
Oh, I'm going to be really funny here.
Right.
Listen to this.
He's 82.
All right.
So,
I don't know if that's him. It's a Robert Ballard.
Bob Ballard from Eurosport.
Okay, Eurosport.
Google that one.
I just, you know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like his intent was malicious. I don't think there was malicious intent there.
No, I don't think so either. But the thing is that you have to have more sense than that if you're going to commentate the Olympics.
I mean, Tom Brenneman had no malicious intent either, but he was talking on a hot mic, which is rule number 1. You know, don't say anything in front of a microphone. But, yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like this poor guy probably thought he made a joke that, you know, he and his buddies in high school would have laughed at.
Right.
And that didn't
Doesn't
come across
go over too
way.
well when you're talking about elite female athletes.
And again, if you're going to if you want to eliminate cancel, at some point in time, you have to stop canceling people for everything. There has to be some degree where, okay, this was bad, but it wasn't this bad, and this.
Well, he didn't get fired. He just got removed from Olympics coverage,
right? Which was, you know,
so it's
that's kind of his thing, probably.
Well,
so
I think you have to show sense if you're going to be on a live mic.
He's 64.
Yeah, that checks out to me. A 64-year-old might make
that joke,
and it's just not cool.
That's what he should have said.
Right.
Yeah.
Stick with the food jokes. You can't go wrong.
All right. Those are your 3 things.
All right.